Track Record with your hosts Mike Shea and Robert Yetter. Brought to you by Eventide Entertainment.
Hey guys, Mike here. So we did something a little different with this week's show. We decided to make this week's show kind of just a free-for-all conversation between myself, Robert, and Robert's wife, Candace. We all sat down, had a couple drinks, hopped on Skype, and just shot the shit. We talk about music for the most part. We talk about life. We just talk about all kinds of cool stuff. And I think you guys are really going to enjoy this episode. So sit back, relax, and enjoy us indulging ourselves with a little bit of conversation. This is Off the Record.
It'll be fun mixing this because Candace's voice has absolutely no bass.
Oh, I forgot
So, see how... Mine doesn't have a lot, but it's got a faint hint. You should see, like, her voice wave on, like, when you have an EQ up. Like, you know, if you have like a 7-band EQ,
Yeah.
right? Her voice takes up only bands like 5 through 7. It's insane.
And then there's me.
And then there's Mike, and your band's 0 through
Your
4.
perfect radio host voice.
I got that sexy available.
Yeah, it's a thing every week.
Well, that's why you do it, not me. I do everything else.
Cheers, buddy. Yeah, true.
Are y'all drinking the same drinks right now?
Maybe.
Strongbows?
Yeah.
Pink ones? Look at you guys. Aw.
Matchies.
Oh,
Well, let's
Twinsies.
introduce everyone to what the fuck is going on right now.
Oh, it's gonna be an absolute clusterfuck.
So right now it's just a free for all, and so it's just like an unfiltered, unedited cut into the lives of us. We're joined by my wife, Candace Yetter.
Hello.
You're gonna have to speak up,
Hello.
baby girl. Boo.
My no bass
You gotta
voice.
sit close to this microphone.
Oh, okay.
This way the microphone be.
Hello.
Jesus.
Oh.
Shut up.
Hello, can you hear me?
And I'm Mike, and I'm here too, and I don't know what the fuck's going on anymore.
It's Mike Shea, it's Robert Yetter, it's Candace Yetter. We got Liliana Yetter over there doing... Hey, that's my pillow.
All it is.
Hey,
This show's
Hey.
already
I'm about
off
to throw
to
my
a great
pillow in the
start.
kitchen.
We're off
Bro.
to a great start. Oh, man.
But also, Mike Shea and I are drinking the same exact beverage.
We are. Drinking some Strongbow Cherry Blossom hard cider.
Some
So
twinsy
it
shit
just
right there.
so something happened. It just like zoomed in. Like all I can
His camera
see.
moved, I think. I can see him
is-
fine on this one.
Is it me? Did I?
Maybe.
What did
You're
I
good.
do?
Did you
I'm
move
good.
your camera?
Wait, no. Wait, I can only see like your forehead.
Mine?
He's fine on this screen.
Yeah.
It's not muted.
What does this symbol mean?
I think you like shrunk or maximized the screen. Hit it again.
We're just
What?
in here breaking shit today,
Hit
by
that.
the way.
Yeah, you're like zooming in. I don't know how to get back to normal though. There you go.
Okay, you're normal now.
Am
Oh,
I, though?
fuck
I
that
mean,
was.
am I normal? Let's think about that. Or am
No.
I a hot mess of a human being?
But I was saying, we're both drinking Strongbow Cherry Blossom
Because we know what's good.
because I'm sure the people at home know that this is, if they've ever listened to one of our episodes, there's an off chance they heard us say that this is what we're drinking because it's been frequent.
Yeah.
It is kind of y'all's thing now.
Well, and you and I haven't drank a lot lately, and if I'm going to drink again, it's going to be something as delicious as this.
That's right.
Although I did have a margarita earlier.
Make it deluge. A margarita?
Yeah, we all went to dinner, and the place here by my house has something called a Mad Juan. The Mad Juan. And it is a bomb. They are well-known margaritas.
I knew a Juan.
You knew a Juan?
He was a good guy. He actually invited me to his daughter's, what's the thing called when they turn?
Quinceañera.
Yeah, when they turn 15.
Quinceañera.
he invited me to that. He said he spent like $3,000. There was going to be like just all the tequila in the world, all the food.
Oh yeah, the
I
Hispanic
should have went to that.
Hispanic folks go balls to the wall for those 15th birthdays, man.
Oh yeah.
They also go pretty hard on 4th of July. I've been to
they do.
some 4th of
Oh,
July
yeah, they
parties.
Just arribas all around.
Yeah.
There
Whatever
was
the hell that means.
this guy Juan. I used to work with him before he got laid off, but he was like a really good singer too. And we had another guy that we used to work with. He used to make like mariachi suits.
Ooh.
But then I mean they'd be like handmade, like really expensive mariachi suits.
Yeah, that would be
And
really
there's
hard
video
to...
of Juan. He's wearing one, and he's at some party or something, just singing. And then some guy comes up to him with this bottle of tequila, and from like 5 feet away from his face, he's like holding it up like this, and he just pours it into his mouth, and then he just keeps on singing like after that. And it was the most badass thing I've ever seen.
Meanwhile, I get a couple of beers in me, and up on stage on karaoke singing, Mambo Number 5.
I love Mambo Number 5!
That's fun.
That whole album, whatever, Lou Bega was awesome.
He's
that
a
was really fun.
one of the
That was
greatest
really fun
one-hit
CD.
wonders ever.
Yeah, but I had the cassette tape, and I really liked a lot of his other stuff. It was fun.
Oh, God, we're old. Talking about cassette tapes.
I had
Ugh.
Spice Girls, and I had Lou Bega, and I was
remember-
listening to it on my cassette tape player while I played Pokemon Red on my Game Boy.
They used to have a Goosebumps cassette player, like a portable, cassette player. It was Goosebumps. It was green.
I don't know, Nickelodeon had one like that had like the fake slime on it, and
Nice.
yeah. It was
Speaking
great.
of that,
You're gonna go
What?
there, aren't you?
we watched a movie earlier. It's a Netflix original that might have just came out with the Workaholics guys.
Oh,
It's
man.
called like Game Over Man or something like that.
Yeah.
And but yeah, he makes a Nickelodeon GAC reference. What he's talking about.
I can.
A
It was
huge
terrible.
load and a condom.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, it took us like
He's
2
like-
minutes.
He's like, "Oh, this is like flubber. We should put this on our shoes and see if we can slam dunk." It's a pretty
Man.
funny
The movie's
movie.
great.
It's pretty funny.
It's yeah.
I'm so behind on. I got a lot of stuff I got to get caught up on. I haven't finished Punisher yet. I still got to watch Jessica Jones.
Ooh.
I've got 4 other shows I need to watch on Netflix. But I've been so busy editing this damn movie that I haven't had time to watch anything really.
What is she destroying?
I don't know.
Will you go check on her, please?
Something is being
Why are you tearing
Just-
up?
eliminated. I can't see it, but
Get out. Out.
Jesus. No, we've actually. I was thinking about it the other day, and I haven't really kept up with the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe stuff a lot. And I've been really wanting to watch that Thor movie,
the newest one.
But I'm like, we've watched the first 2 Thors, but I'm sure that there's some stuff in there that we would have to know from previous films a little bit, maybe like Civil War or something.
As the resident geek, I can tell you, if you've seen the first one, then you're fine. The second one's pretty forgettable and is really just kind of filler.
I thought the second one was really cool with the whole dark
Candace.
elves being like aliens.
You about to eat chips right now?
No.
That's like a podcast no.
No, the second
Girl.
one's okay. There's just nothing in it that really is that important.
Chips.
Just eating chips in the microphone. Nah, and frankly, Ragnarok has a bit of a recap scene in it, so you'll be fine. If you've seen
Well,
the first
we-
one, you'll be good.
But
we've
he's actually come
committed
up with a
to-
really good date night idea that we're going to get caught up on all the Marvel stuff, and that's going to be fun. I'm excited. So
Yeah.
don't tell him that.
We've seen a good portion of it, but I mean, we're gonna start with Winter Soldier because we haven't
Yes.
seen any of the Captain Americas.
Oh,
I saw the
really?
first one.
We're gonna start with that and go to Guardians Volume 2, and just on from there. Civil War. What else?
Winter Soldier was probably my favorite one they've done. It's really good. There's a really funny elevator scene that I have an idea for a sketch to do once I get everything else, done in my life. But Winter Soldier's great. Guardians 2 is great. Thor Ragnarok is amazing. They've only had, in my opinion, 2 that were genuinely bad, and that was the 2 Iron Man sequels. Iron Man 2 and 3 are awful.
I think I saw 2. It definitely wasn't as good as 1. I have not seen the 3rd one. I really want to see some more Doctor Strange.
Oh, yeah.
Iron Man 3 was like the highest grossing film. Isn't it the 3rd highest grossing film in history?
Yeah, because it came out right after the Avengers. The first Avengers movie.
Yeah.
It was the first one right after that, so everybody was riding this fucking high, and everybody walked out like, well, that was bad.
Yeah.
So are we gonna have
it's
to
Iron
see...
Man that he's the glue for the whole Marvel, really.
Are we gonna have to watch the new Spider-Man to get caught up?
You won't have to. I recommend it because it's good, but it has no bearing on anything.
I liked the last Spider-Man.
we're talking
Tobey
about...
Maguire sucked, but I liked the last Spider-Man.
Well, the new Spider-Man doesn't get introduced until Civil War, and then his movie takes place right after Civil War. But it's just kind of its own thing, just his story, no real bearing on anything. So it's not like you have to see it to understand what's going on.
Yeah,
but it'd be nice to see everything before the next Avengers comes out next month.
Oh yeah, and Spider-Man, if you want just something that's just kind of a funny teen comedy wrapped up in superhero sprinkles, it's worth watching. It's a lot of just funny high school slapstick with Spider-Man. It's funny.
I mean, the whole thing is that Marvel actually got the rights back, right? Before it was owned by Sony or whatever.
The way their deal works is Sony still technically has ownership of the character. What they, because it's the same way with Hulk. Universal still owns Hulk. So as long as they use the character in a supporting role, Marvel can do whatever they want. It's when he has his own movie that Sony has all the control, but Marvel gets to have creative input.
Huh.
It's complicated and stupid and annoying, and yeah.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Are they really doing a Black Widow movie? I think I saw something about it.
They've been trying to for a while. Marvel's whole thing is they kind of have this big overlying story they're trying to tell.
But they want to make it all interconnect too now.
Yeah, so they're not just all right, let's do this one and they actually have had this planned out for 10 years.
Yeah.
So they want to. That movie that just came out with Jennifer Lawrence, Red Sparrow, is basically a Black Widow movie, but
yeah, we really want to see that.
It's not good.
No, it's awful.
But I didn't like it, but I also don't like Jennifer Lawrence. So
well, it's not like we ever get to the movies anyway. So
yeah, I got that movie pass, so I go to the movies all the time.
We have a 2-year-old, so we don't go to the movies ever.
Ha! I didn't procreate.
Whatever. She's awesome.
Do your shot.
I'm well versed in every season of My Little Pony, thank you.
I say I didn't procreate like I had a say in the matter.
Oh.
It's not like I'm sitting here having to say, no, ladies, no, you can't have my genes. No, I'm sorry. No, it's... My dad used to say, you don't bring any women home. And it's well, Dad, they don't let me. So...
Yep. All right. That took a sad turn.
Didn't it, though? Doesn't it always? Doesn't it always? If we're not being sad, we're talking about Bukkake, so.
Bukkake?
That's it. The last one I heard a lot of was pretty much fucking fart jokes, so.
Yeah. And we were sober.
Yeah.
Yeah. It happens.
Man. Yeah.
But there was a nice Bukkake joke last episode.
That was a great Bukkake joke last episode. Oh, it was good. Man,
you should know all about that. Not from experience. I'm just saying, with your whole Liliana. Why are you hell bent on destroying shit?
She's trying to balance a book on her head.
Because we're doing track record.
I guess. Oh, yeah, it is track record time. It's her time to act out.
Exactly. Yep. Oh, Daddy's recording? Time for me to be the star.
Yeah. I was going to say you're so attuned to Japanese culture. That's a purely Japanese.
That's literally your argument?
Yes.
Okay. Remember that time we were playing Cards Against Humanity with... I don't think you were there. I think
Pixelated Bukkake? I know that card very well.
Yeah, that one came out. I think you'd already gone back home. It was when we were playing like next door with Scott. And I think he already went back home. And I went back to go play with him. And the mom pulled out Pixelated Bukkake. And she was like, what does that mean? And her son or her husband just started cracking up. But nobody wanted to tell her what it meant. And I was just like, oh...
That's why I love it.
How do you explain that?
I love that there's a rule in Cards Against Humanity that if you don't know what something is and it has to be explained to you, everyone's allowed to point and laugh at you.
Well, see...
Well, they did know. It was like...
Like, Bukkake is one thing, but then when you explain, like, the nuance of it being pixelated, then that's just a whole new level. Like, then you gotta get, like, really detailed into, like, censorship and shit.
Your special needs.
Lily is currently destroying your shelf of the bookshelf. It's always your shelf. Lilia.
Oh, man.
Stop.
She's throwing stuff.
She's throwing your books. It's always the same shelf every time. Only that shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why she gets away with murder.
What do you want me to do? Go beat her.
No.
Go beat my kid.
No,
she don't listen.
I'm kidding.
I guess it's really
She's
funny.
She's too cute for that shit.
My mom's always like, well, why don't you put it up high? I'm like, well, what do you expect me to do? Glue everything I own to the ceiling? Like,
yeah. Yes. Just get ladders. That's what ladders are for.
Everything we own has to be higher than 6 foot.
But now she climbs, or like uses stuff to climb on. I've had to take furniture out of her room now because she was like He-Man jumping, or like Superman jumping from like this little table that she had onto her bed. I'm like, oh my god.
Did you just say He-Man jumping?
Yes.
He-Man.
You don't even know who He-Man is, probably. I bet Mike does.
I am not familiar with He-Man.
You don't know about He-Man and Masters of the Universe.
What?
I only know about it because I have an older brother.
All of my knowledge about He-Man is from that one fucking...
That awesome music video. Yeah. Oh my god, I love it.
Either that or the movie Ted.
When you edit this, you have to like pause it and cue that in because it's the best music video ever. I love that kid that like did the He-Man cosplay. I love him.
That was my alarm for a long time because I knew it would get me the fuck out of bed. That's the best
alarm ever.
That was the worst roommate ever.
I mean, it could have been Smash Mouth. I would be the type of person that would have like Smash Mouth on like a radio alarm clock.
I like Smash Mouth.
I do too. Yay! Thank you.
I like Smash Mouth.
Yes.
You might as well be walking on the sun.
Dude, they were catchy. They were fun. It was kind of like Bowling for Soup. I feel the same about like Bowling for Soup. They're fun.
You know how I feel about Bowling for Soup.
You shut your mouth.
I got to see them once. It was fun. They played the Phineas and Ferb theme song. It was cool.
Yeah, we were talking about that. And our epic, what was it? Music video tag. But we were going by like themes. That was fun. That was fun.
And then of course I threw out that one song they wrote that was just fucking sad.
Yes. Didn't even know they wrote anything sad like that. I was more familiar with their first album.
Bowling for Soup on their second album wrote this song that's just sad. Like, it's about like, you know how like back in the 80s everyone was all about that Cats in the Cradle song? And it was the one that was, oh, Jesus Christ, man, read a book. Anyway, it was like that generation's...
Read a book?
To this guy?
Yeah. Pick him up off the floor. Pick him up off the floor after your daughter's done throwing him. And read them.
They may or may not have the covers left.
Do I have to go get the degree out of my room?
Do I have to go get mine off my wall?
I bet I have to go find the degree. How much you want to bet? He doesn't know where the degree is, but I do. Because I apparently know where everything is.
Either it's backed in a box somewhere.
Wow.
My degree is probably next to my high school diploma which is probably next to some other important documents. Nobody ever actually looks at it, which is the thing. Like, you could really, like, I guess you could just say that you were anything. Like,
right.
Let's call your 3 closest friends because those are the 3 people that you put on this piece of paper, and you already told them that you're clean as fuck, right? Hey, if these people call you, I'm clean as fuck. I've got 7 degrees. Never had a drop of liquor. You know what I heard about?
What?
What? Say what?
I forget. Anyway.
Wait, what?
I forget. Huh? What? Huh? Who? Huh?
Unedited, unfiltered.
Don't filter yourselves.
Goodness.
I'm here.
I forget what I was
it's your
gonna say.
forehead
Heard it
again.
all.
Why does that keep happening?
Because you keep hitting. No.
I'm not hitting anything. Look, I hit that.
Hit it again. Hit it again.
Okay, I hit it again.
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 Oh, well, I don't know how you got it back the last time. Whatever.
The fuck is this bullshit?
This
there it
show is a hot mess. This show is
What's
a
wrong
hot
with having a
fucking
fun
mess.
episode every, 3 months
we love
or so?
this idea.
How long have y'all been doing
This
this?
idea was the best thing in the world. This should be track record all the time.
They get to kind of meet all the people that they hear in the background when Lily can actually form sentences. Maybe we'll, throw her on here for, 2 minutes or something one day.
She'll say, track record rocks.
Yeah.
Her first word is gonna be fuck.
It better... No, it was cat. But
Her first word was cat.
we do need to be more careful.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
She may or may not have said shit. We're not really sure.
Liliana.
She's just back there hanging
She
out.
hasn't done it in a while. It was hard to tell. We don't really know what she was saying. If she was saying that, she was doing a bad job at it, so she's probably
What'd you
having
just
trouble
say?
with her T's at that point.
Oh, well. Bowling for soup, huh?
Man, you know what?
Yes.
Don't hate.
Yeah. Don't be a hater.
So I wasn't done. We kind of dropped that, but I wasn't done. Just being disappointed in you.
Nobody cares about your snobby opinion right now.
So
I don't know. That's kind of literally the show.
So my knowledge about music is being insulted. My knowledge about literature is being insulted.
Your ability
is there
to
anything
form
else
words
that I know plenty of? Shut up. You ain't shit.
Hey, I have a Bachelor of Science in Mass Communication. As impressive
That
as
ain't
that
shit.
sounds. No, it's not. It's not a damn thing.
I'm trying to think of any
My
video
degree
games
ain't
that you
shit.
suck at. To
At least yours is in is a
Probably
BS.
Soul Calibur.
Say what?
She's saying that I'm not. She's gonna beat my ass in Soul Calibur.
I figured out what he asked us to add to the insults, so...
Well, what you do is you get him in the corner and just hit the kick button a lot and get him in the shin until his health goes down.
Oh, I've got him on Soul Calibur. I'm not worried about that.
But you can be Geralt from The Witcher in the next one coming out.
Which I'm sure I'll be doing with you. Since you're
I
obviously
call
going to
Geralt.
pick him. That's fine. I will wipe the floor with some Geralt.
But he's the White Wolf.
Okay.
He's a master at magic and the sword.
We're going to have to figure out how to live stream this first battle when we get that game, which is going to come out someday
There's
this
nothing
summer.
to figure out. You hit 2 buttons and you're live streaming.
Twitch.
PS4 boo-boo-goo. What?
You handle that.
I will.
Okay. Y'all take note.
Lily.
It's going to happen. We're going to have to share
Can I
it on
have that?
track record page or something. It's official.
Can I have that?
What is it?
Lily,
Lily, can I have that? It's a glass item.
Oh, yeah, no. Up, she's disappearing.
give me that.
It's a glass cup. Anywho. Y'all's love for Bowling for Soup is, I'm offended.
I don't have a
I'm
love
offended.
for Bowling for Soup. I have an appreciation.
I'm going to march against that.
Guess what? Nobody gives a shit.
It's true.
Oh. Well, I think people should probably apply. Never mind. Let's not get. Never mind.
Let's not go there.
But not aside from like the political things, but I heard we were talking about, not having a drop of liquor my whole life. But Donald Trump did an interview one time where he said that he's never had alcohol in like the 70 years that he's been alive. He's never done a drug. He never smoked a cigarette. He said he's never had alcohol. I'm almost inclined to believe it.
But did you literally just say, let's not go political, and talked about probably the most politically talked about topic?
No, that's not political. That's just talking about a person who happens
I
to
don't know
be
if I can
Donald
believe
Trump
that.
counts as political, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know if I can believe that. Like politics aside, I have a hard
I would think
time
he's at least done
believing
some cocaine at some party at some point or another. That's
had
just me.
a beer, a glass
He's
of
a
champagne.
fucking celebrity. Like,
I mean, smoked a cigarette. He lived in New York. He smoked cigarettes whether he wanted to or not. Come on. I mean,
I guess.
fair.
I don't know. I have a hard time believing that. I really do.
Man, that's
But,
what he
I mean-
says. It's weird.
I've been surprised by shit before. So,
No.
I,
Anywho. So, what is that?
that's my selfie stick.
You have a selfie stick?
I use it with the camcorder to get like high-end shots.
It's cool. I wish I had a selfie stick. I have short arms.
Or you use it to get the undershot where you can see your taint and your sack.
Oh,
right?
I thought you were about to go a whole different route with that.
No, man. I got long
Worse
ass
than
arms.
that?
I got long ass arms, man. I'm good. No,
You can
it's like,
still film that?
yeah. No,
Word.
I bought it when I went camping last year when I went to the Penzic thing, so that I could hoist the camera up and get like almost aerial shots of like all the tents and stuff like that out there in the mountains. Like, all bullshit aside, it is great for camera angles.
You were getting upskirt pics.
Man, have you seen medieval skirts? They go down
That's
past
what
the
I-
ankles.
Yep.
Okay, fair enough. I concede.
But yeah, this sucker, I mean, yeah, it's pretty fucking long. So,
And you can beat somebody with it if you need to.
oh yeah, no, it can do some damage with this sucker. That's just straight. Ow, fuck, that hurt. That's just straight metal. So, ow, shit.
So how is the editing coming along?
Almost done. At some point tonight, I got to go reshoot a quick B-roll scene upstairs. The stuff that I was shooting that's just me in the house, there was one shot that I looked like dead at the camera. So I got to go reshoot that real quick and then just cut it in. But I'll have it rendering before I go to bed tonight, and then I'll just upload it in the morning. And it'll be good to go. And then that's the 5-minute version done. Then the 20-minute version comes after that.
Holy ass.
Yeah, well, with that one, I've got till the middle of May, and I can do it at my own pace. And
Okay.
I've kind of worked out. The biggest problem I had with this version is because it's 5 minutes, and so trying to cut everything in such a way that it fits within that 5-minute mandate, but still tells the brunt of the story, is really fucking hard.
I feel you.
So there was a couple of parts in this version where like I had to use a take where maybe the person's delivery wasn't the best, but they said the lines fast enough that it saved me some time. As opposed to the cut where it's really good, but they talked kind of slow and it wasted about 5 seconds. So yeah.
Gotcha.
So
Shit.
yeah, it'll be good. And then we got donations coming in so far through the GoFundMe to help pay for the screening at the Neon, which is the indie theater here in town. And
kind of like the Nickelodeon in Columbia?
yeah, no, it's basically the same thing as the Nickelodeon.
Cool.
And my brother Jason, who's the real filmmaker, the fucker went to film school. He rented out the Nickelodeon in Columbia a couple of times to show his stuff there. And since he worked at the Neon here in town, it's kind of where I got the idea.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah, it's going to be fun. I talked to the guy on Friday, put a deposit down. It seats like 130 people. We've got it for the whole night to do with what we will.
Well,
So I'm going to show that. I'm going to show the one from last year that this is based on. And since everybody in the movie is a comedian, I'm going to let them do some time at the beginning to kind of just loosen the room up and introduce it, which is kind of fucked up considering it's a really depressing noir movie about heroin overdosing. But
shit,
it is what it is. Well, it's Dayton.
I had no idea what it was actually about. I just know that you've been working really hard on it.
Dayton's kind of the heroin overdose capital of the country right now. We rank pretty low on the crime index scale, and it's because we've got two massive highways that intersect in Dayton, one going north and south, one going east and west, like coast to coast. And so all the traffickers come through here and dump their excess crap into Dayton and then move the rest out of town. So there's a lot of fucking heroin in Dayton. What's really been fucking people up is they keep cutting it with fentanyl, which will just kind of kill you within like an hour. So
yeah, you've seen a lot about that on the news recently.
So the movie and the one last year are both about that, but this one's actually got a story to it. Last year's was kind of a documentary. They're going to let us show that, and we'll do a Q&A, and then it becomes available to the public on June 1st.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Gonna have a soundtrack and everything. Aw, yeah.
Ooh, buddy.
Ooh, baby.
And the soundtrack is available on one of the tiers on the GoFundMe.
It is, and it will be available.
Is it going to be a mixture of like Eventide people, or
no? It's a mixture of me recording instruments here, doing some stuff through like GarageBand, and
so like a lot of like just straight up instrumental like OST type stuff.
Say what?
A lot of instrumental OST type stuff?
Yeah, it's going to be like a score, not like... It's not going to be like the soundtrack albums that were really popular in the 90s and early 2000s that were awesome. It's more...
I bought a lot of those. But I do recall there being scores. Did you know that Marilyn Manson did the score for the first Resident Evil movie? All that cool background, like, exciting music. Yeah.
I knew that, and then, of course, there's that whole nonsense with Jonathan Davis with Queen of the Damned. That went bad.
Yes, true.
Yeah.
The movie's not good. The soundtrack is amazing. The movie's not good.
You don't like the movie?
I don't. Well, here's the thing about the movie. So, I saw it, like, because when it came out, I was too young to see it. I was, like, 9. I was a kid when that came out. So, by the time I got around to seeing it, I was, like, in my mid-20s. And everybody had talked this movie up like it was the greatest fucking vampire movie of all time. So when I went to see it, I was just kind of like underwhelmed because my expectations were so high.
It was much more about feelings and like actual cool action.
It's not.
I don't know.
It's not
I read
that.
the books.
Like I know Aaliyah died while they were shooting, and they had to kind of work around that.
I think they got a lot of hype because of that too.
But like. The first time we see her in the movie, spoilers, the movie's 20 years old, but the first time we see her in the movie, she walks into a nightclub and sets everyone in the nightclub on fire by looking at her. And I'm like, damn! And then the last time we see her, she walks into the room, 5 people bite her on the arm and just kind of stand there holding her for 10 minutes.
But they were also like elder vampires. I don't know. Whatever. Fair argument. The book was, if you read the book... It makes a little more sense than the movie.
Books are great. I love the books. I just didn't like the movie. Because literally the last 5 minutes of the movie is, I got her.
But that soundtrack was fantastic.
It is, but they got screwed by the record label. But it still kind of worked out. Because they basically couldn't use Jonathan Davis's voice on anything.
Yeah.
So they had like David Draymond, Chester Bennington, I think Rob Zombie was in there. I think Maynard James Keenan made an appearance. They had basically different vocalists at every song, and it worked out fine. It just wasn't Jonathan Davis. So.
Shoot, boo.
Yeah. Now, I do like Underworld.
The
first one,
yes.
anyway.
Yes.
I saw the last one. The last one was not good. But fucking...
I thought it was cool. It was cool. I mean, they took a really long gap between them.
Yeah, and for me, after waiting that long, I was...
Out of here.
But yeah, you put Kate
I thought it was
Beckinsale.
cool. I really like how. I really like the twist that they put on it. I don't want to drop any spoilers, but I liked it.
Yeah.
I expected it to be worse.
You put Kate Beckinsale in a skin tight leather outfit with guns. I'll sit through it for however fucking long it's on TV.
And a white streak.
Bruh. Yeah.
It was like layers, not just one streak.
Oh, okay.
Still hot.
Fair enough. But you mentioned Manson earlier. And did you hear about the Manson and Zombie tour that they're doing?
Yes. Hell yes.
I know.
There's way too many of good shows coming out that
Man,
I've missed
I
so
just
many
don't know
concerts.
if I'm gonna make it to. I haven't been to one in forever.
I'm
Me
having
either.
to be.
And they all come by us.
Well, luckily, like in this, like where you guys are at, and where I'm at, we're kind of in a sweet spot. A lot of stuff comes through this area, especially like Columbus and Cincinnati.
Our issue is that we can never go together.
I know that's
Because
that's
we have Lily
the
and our
downside.
family up here. But
I mean, like I lived in South Carolina for all those years. I've seen more bands and been to more shows in the 3 years I've lived in Dayton than I did in 10 years living in Columbia. Because
you know what really makes me mad
nobody
is
came
now
down there.
everybody comes to the fucking music farm in Columbia. I remember
Yeah.
like, and this moment came while I was pregnant, and I was like, oh, well,
that was
sucks.
the last show I went to before I moved. Like the day before I moved, I went to that In This
Damn
Moment
you.
show, and then now everybody goes to Columbia because they lost. What was that place that used to be there? Downtown in that plaza by Wet
I
Willie's.
know what you're talking about, but I can't remember what it's called.
But it was
Headliners?
and
Yeah.
that was where I saw everybody for a while. Then they went out of
Yeah,
business. 'Cause the
Paramore
owners
came
sucked.
there, but still, it wasn't like huge headliners like they
No.
have now.
I don't know. I saw some good ones there. I mean, Atreyu was there. Hollywood Undead was there. Sick Puppies were there. Adelita's Way was there. Appetite for Destruction, who was like the best Guns N' Roses tribute band ever, played there.
I
but
don't hear about them. Isabel's Gift, I think they're pretty
but Music
popular
Farm,
there.
Music Farm has been just pulling them in like crazy.
Yeah.
But
And it's really weird because it's not that big of a venue. Like,
no, it's not. But like they use the space well. They use the space really well. I was impressed with because I've seen In This Moment like 6 times. I was impressed.
I'm sure
with how
she
they were
requires a
able
lot
to-
of stage space alone because her shit is actual performance.
Oh
Like,
yeah, it's like a combination of a metal show and a burlesque show, and it is awesome.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh, I hate you.
It is 2 hours of sex. Let me tell you. But yeah, I mean, just last week I got to see Judas Priest. Hell yeah.
I was watching your Snapchat. I like your new t-shirt.
Oh my god. Well, coming up here in April at some point, Camelot's hitting Chicago with Delane and Battle Beast.
Why don't you come stay with us and see them, and we'll
That's
make
the
all the
plan.
good foods, and you can get your
'Cause it's-
computer stuff.
That's the plan because it's on a Tuesday, and Mondays and Tuesdays
Are you really
my-
gonna come?
Yeah, no, that's the plan.
We have
Robert and I have
we
talked
have an
about this
extra room.
before. Like,
Okay,
that's the
cool.
plan.
Well, I haven't been filled in. We've just been waiting for it to happen, but we are so ready. Just let me know.
yeah.
I will get a menu together.
Oh my god, it's just because I've seen Camelot twice now, and Sweet Jesus on a stick. To see them again, the first time I saw them was with Delane actually. So, and that was
you go.
Delane's first. That was Delane's first time ever touring in the U.S. So that was fun. But I'm having to be real picky with shows this year because I have to save up my time off for my brother's wedding in September. So it has to be on days that I'm off. Is the shows I can go to now.
I'm really torn. I really want to try and see either the Evanescence and Lindsey Sterling because that's coming up here, or the Rob Zombie Marilyn Manson. Which I would have to go alone though. This sucks unless I can convince one of my acquaintances up here to come with me.
Well, my sister's a
it's
huge
weird.
Lindsey Sterling fan, and she loves Evanescence. So
I know.
my mom
How
bought
are we
us
gonna
tickets
pick
to go
that
see the one in Cincinnati. I told her I'd take the day off and take her. I like Lindsey Sterling. I could care one way or another about Evanescence personally, but
I feel like I would feel safer if I have to go alone going to see Lindsey Sterling and Evanescence.
yeah, my sister's just.
There's probably going to be a shit ton of girls. I don't know.
Oh yeah, Like she's 15 and has anxiety, so she thinks she's gonna be. She hears my stories of going to the shows I go to, and I'm like, it's not gonna be that with this. You'll be okay. Trust me. No one's doing mosh pits to Lindsey Sterling. They should, but they're not.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I worry about that too. It's just like I'm such like a recluse now. It's like, why would my first show, like going out in like 10 years, be like fucking Carnifex and Archspire? That would that would be insane.
Without like friends to accompany him.
Yeah, like by myself, I wouldn't know what to do.
See, I'm so used
I guess
to
punch a motherfucker in the face. I don't know.
I'm so used to going to shows by myself now that it doesn't bother me like it used to. Especially this Judas Priest show that I went to. I went with 2 other people, and
I'm sure that was a lot of older people too, though, like old Judas heads.
It's fun to go with people in the sense that I have people to nerd out with, but like I'm a stickler for like planning. So I'm like, okay, so the show starts at this time. We need to get there by this time so that we are in line, so that we're not fighting. And I'm all about getting there like 1 or 2 hours early.
No, I would totally want to be one of the people that would leave early to avoid traffic and like that.
But my friends around here, they're slowly starting to realize, because like we've gone to shows where we've gotten there late, and the hell we have to go through. But then we'll go to a show where we go on my schedule, and they're like, "Oh my god, we had such a better time." And I'm like,
so
"I'm
easy,
not crazy."
we got good spots, and yeah.
Especially like if it's up in Cleveland, which is like a 5-hour drive for me.
Oh, I can imagine. Cleveland is like a fucking concert. It's been a concert capital since like the 80s.
Yeah, the problem with Cleveland right now is everybody goes to the Agora Theater, and the Agora Theater is kind of a shitty venue. Because there's 2 venues inside this old, broken down building.
Liliana!
The one venue is called the Ballroom, and it's this little. It's a small room. I mean, it is tiny.
That's funny because ballrooms
really good
are typically
sound.
big.
And that's where I saw Epica, and they were great.
Ooh,
oh, jelly.
But then the other room is the theater, which is the big theater-looking room, and that's where I saw Camelot and Dragon Force, and it's huge, but the sound sucks. So it's.
I have been in some places like that where the sound really sucks.
But that's where almost everybody goes in Cleveland. So now, whenever I see a show in Cleveland, I'm kind of like, are they playing anywhere else that I could go to? Because I don't want to go see them in Cleveland. I want to see them at a shitty venue. Luckily, I mean,
if you're spending that kind of money to see a headliner like that, then yeah, you would definitely want good. Well,
especially if I'm driving that far too. That's a 4 or 5 hour drive.
Yeah.
So,
oh, wow. Yeah.
So for me, I'm an hour from Columbus and I'm 45 minutes from Cincinnati. So if I have the choice, I'll go to one of
it's
those
a pretty
before I
big
go anywhere
state.
else.
So. How far is the drive from you to us?
Like 4 hours.
Oh, okay. So about the same as going to one of these
it's not that bad. I've done that to Toledo by myself, Cleveland by myself, Youngstown by myself.
And we're like less than an hour away from Chicago.
Yeah.
We also have a lot of big, like, we're pretty much in the middle of like Chicago and Milwaukee, so they both have like shows all the time.
Yeah. Just gotta Just gotta take Lily with you.
No,
that's right.
We just have to take turns.
Put some gun range headphones on her.
Nobody
give her
ever
some
wants
Benadryl,
to take the turn. So you guys are gonna go see Camelot together, and Bobby's gonna have a friend with him. And then if I go see Evanescence of Lindsey Sterling, it'll be okay. I'm gonna try and talk my little homegirl up here to go with me. Like maybe I'll just buy her ticket to bribe her to take.
Go with the mom's
group. I'm
group.
not alone. I don't have a mom's group.
Girl, you need to get you a mom's group.
Well, I mean, come on. How many moms do you know that like color their hair like me and play Magic? It's hard. It's weird. Everybody up here, Bobby and I have this ongoing joke that everybody up here either looks like they're like 13 or 30. There's no like in between.
Well, no,
it's weird.
Well, we went to this place that it's kind of like a Whole Foods type thing. All right. And we noticed that all the younger people go there. Because everywhere else we go, like the normal grocery store or like Walmart, everyone's fucking like 42, you know? And like, I was like, are there any young people that live in this state? Like, where are those people? And, but we found them. They're at the...
But they don't have kids, so they're not going to want to hang out with us. It's hard.
I live in an area
still cool, man.
We are. We're super cool.
I live in an area that's just like devoid of personality.
Amen there. Amen.
You know, we actually got rated as the worst city in the country for dating.
Oh, I believe it.
Really?
Like they did some survey and they said that if you're single living in Dayton, basically you are.
You're gonna die alone in the farmland.
But I'm also
That's what all those tissues in the background are for.
Of course, yeah. But I'm kind of at a point in my life too where I'm like I don't care. I just don't care. I mean,
somebody's gonna take you up on that pan-seared salmon one of these days.
Well, it also doesn't help that I live in my mother's basement. But you know, like I'm that nerd. I'm that fucking nerd. I have fucking like here. I'll turn my camera so you guys can see.
I mean, it's probably better than living in like a lonely studio apartment.
All kinds of nerdy shit on the walls and fucking
we
like
have nerdy
150
shit on the
pop
walls.
Figures and
You do have a lot of pop figures.
Batman and Deadpool and Star Wars shit hanging on the wall. And I live in my mom's basement. I'm just, you know, and boxes of comic books under the desk.
I
There you
mean,
go.
a lot of ladies would probably find that desirable, actually.
I'm sure they do. They just don't live in Dayton.
Fair.
'Cause everybody here is old. This is like the city everybody retires to.
Something about the Midwest. I don't know. Like,
Yeah. It's a sad place.
It is. So
Sad, cold.
So the Manson and Zombie tour, is that this year's version of the Gruesome Twosome, or are they just doing a tour together? Because they've toured together before.
Doing a tour together.
Yeah, they're bringing it back.
Okay.
It's like the comeback
Okay.
of that because they had some differences the first go around.
Oh yeah, they did. Like straight
That's
up
a
shit
hell of
talking
a
each other
team
on
up
stage.
there. Like, ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like Zombie played his set, then Manson came out and just like shit talk Zombie on stage, and they were talking about like they might cancel the rest of the tour. I was still working in radio when that happened because I was reporting on that, and I was just like, what the fuck is happening on this tour?
Drama.
Because Zombie toured with Alice Cooper.
People going over set times and all this.
Oh, set times. Yeah, that'll piss people off.
That's what happened that first year of
But
Carolina
there was
Rebellion.
only two of them. Like,
that first year of Carolina Rebellion, I remember.
yeah,
they didn't know what
typically
the
you hear
fuck they
about
were
shit like
doing.
that in like huge lineups, like Carolina Rebellion or what's that shit, Warped Tour.
Fuck Warped Tour.
Where you have all these newbies that want to get their
Warped
stage
Tour.
time and get their street cred to be assholes. And,
I've never gone to Warped
I
Tour.
know
It
how
just
that
was
goes.
never one of. By the time I was old enough to even fucking go, like anyone I wanted to listen to was off of Warped Tour, and so it was just one of those things. Like if I already have the day off work, don't have to pay, and don't have to drive. If I have to make no effort whatsoever, sure, I'll go. But like I never had any real desire.
if I remember correctly, I think there was one Warped Tour, which is like the only one. It was either Carolina Rebellion or Warped Tour. I think it was Warped Tour that had Linkin Park and MCR in the same lineup, and I really wanted to go to that. And I was so mad because my girlfriend that always sit next to me on the bus, like, got to take off of school. Her parents let her take off school to go to that, and she came back with a sick like Linkin Park hoodie, and I was so mad. But I think that was Warped Tour. I can't remember if it was Rebellion or Warped Tour, but I'm pretty sure it
I
was
don't know.
Warped Tour.
Because for a while there,
Rebellion
I was
was,
all
like,
about
during
that
the
Taste
summer.
of Chaos. Because Taste of Chaos was where, like,
Is
the
that
bands,
cool blue-haired chick
they
that you sent
graduated
me?
off of
Your
Warped Tour.
waifu?
Taste of Chaos was the big tour. That was, like, playing arenas and theaters and shit. And, because that's where, like, Sevenfold got to, The Used got to, MCR, Treyu, all those guys that started on Warped Tour got to play Taste of Chaos. It was still made by Kevin Lyman. It was still his tour. But, and then that went away. The last year they did that, I think, was 2008. I think it was the last Taste of Chaos
But
tour.
you never really heard that much. That one wasn't nearly.
Well,
as
after
popular.
that,
Like,
they
I don't
started
really
up the
remember hearing much
Uproar
about that
tour,
one.
which was basically the same fucking thing, just with a different name. But that had a good first year and then just kind of tanked every year after that. So, Kevin Lyman.
It's too hard to say.
Yeah.
If you're drunk, try saying Uproar Tour.
Uproar
Tour.
Uproar Tour.
Uproar Tour.
Uproar Tour. Uproar Tour.
Who remembers Well, you probably don't remember Fallout. I don't think you lived in Columbia. Do you remember Fallout, Mike?
I worked for 93.5. You're damn right I remember Fallout. I only went once.
Yes, Fallout. I'm pretty sure like one of the last ones they did had Five Finger Death Punch, actually.
Ugh.
Robert's not a fan.
Or no, it was Stretch
Gag
Armstrong.
me.
It was Stretch Armstrong that everybody was so excited about,
Jesus.
like the last one.
I remember Stretch
Yeah,
Armstrong.
I was at that one. I think that was the only one I got to go to.
The last one and
Oh
only
my
one
God.
that I went to was Fuel was the headliner. It wasn't
Terrible.
even Fuel. It was the original lead singer with a new band calling it Fuel. They only played the first album. He hadn't sung those songs in 20 years, and you could tell. And then the
What a
band,
douchebag.
the band before him was Red Jumpsuit Apparatus.
Yeah, and Nonpoint. I think that was the same one that Nonpoint was there playing that Coming in the Air. redo that they
Nonpoint
did.
played Spring Out that year.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure I went to the one where it was Stretch Armstrong and Nonpoint, because I actually did kind of like the Coming in the Air.
I know the one you're
redo
talking
they
about.
did.
That was a different year.
Yeah.
Okay, but
And
yeah.
I think that was after they said that they canceled it and then they brought it back.
Yeah, that was strictly a budgeting thing, honestly. Like that was
Yeah.
all that came down to, is because 93.5 kept getting bought out and traded and couldn't hold a budget.
Oh, those are such good times, though. Oh, my youth.
Yeah. I mean, hell,
My youth.
3 months after I quit working there, they went bankrupt.
Yeah.
Now they're a pop station,
Jeez.
like glorified top 40s pop station.
That's terrible.
Yeah. Now they're Q93.5. I'm not even kidding. It's just sad.
What will make us sound the most sophisticated? Q.
The Q, because
Q.
it's a letter that has rules.
Columbia is full of fucking basics.
X is too dangerous and sexual. Let's go with Q.
Yes, it's got a nice tail.
Yes, TV.
Fucking people.
Q.
Fucking people.
So I'm just trying to like think of what was the last show that I went to
That wasn't one of your own?
that wasn't one of my own. It's been many years.
Besides Steam Squad shows.
Oh, I guess the last show that I went to was actually in 2009 when I went to Bonnaroo
Wow.
and saw just like a billion bands.
I have a friend who the only
there in
concert
Tennessee.
he's ever been to is Dropkick Murphys in Boston on St. Patrick's Day.
That would be pretty fucking wild.
What sounds ruckus?
Like, if you're only
Yeah.
going to go to one show in your life, I mean, why not?
I'm sure it was memorable.
I don't know how much of it he actually remembers. He was hammered, but as you should
yeah.
be. I mean, if you're going to go, you have to drink. But
Candace is always jealous of my first show when I was a teenager.
He's gotten to go to so many more shows than
You know about
than
it.
I did.
Remember I told you I went to that My Chemical Romance was headlining.
And Taking Back
yeah.
Sunday. Yeah,
I've seen a bunch of bands back there in Colorado and Denver. Just
MCR and Taking Back Sunday.
Yes, do it all. You
oh,
know,
that
watch
wasn't the
it
same
there.
show, but
Oh,
I've
okay.
seen. I saw Taking Back Sunday with Jimmy Eat World,
Oh my god.
and that was awesome.
What do you want?
I was never a cutter, but I feel like I suddenly grew some cutting scars from just hearing that sentence. Like, Jesus Christ.
Well, oh hell,
I was
MCR is worse
Oh,
for that.
I know. I was a big Taking Back Sunday fan, though. It was a big
Oh,
Taking Back
I loved.
Sunday fan.
I loved. They had the one album, Where You Want to Be, with the cover with the naked little kid on it.
Oh, yeah.
That was kind of a breakthrough album for me,
Man.
artistically.
Taking Back Sunday was my shit for a while.
That was good. All that kind of like, that's kind of like, I guess like early the first Taking Back Sunday album was emo. You could definitely qualify it as emo, but the Where You Want to Be just kind of progressed as like post emo, and that's where like Brand New was at. I think.
I'm trying to think of
that kind of like emotional emo shit, but with actual good songwriting.
Yeah, no, Where You Want to Be was the first album I heard by them,
like
and I remember that one because that song, really A Decade Under the Influence, was the tits.
It's definitely, it's less emo, more pop punk, yes, but it definitely has an emo. They have emo beginnings.
Oh yeah, they come from emo roots.
Less like straight up emo. It's not like Hawthorne Heights, like kind of like emo, like metal-ish type shit. You know.
Hey now, if anyone's going to talk about Hawthorne Heights, it's going to be the guy that lives in their hometown.
Ugh.
They still.
Oh. Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry.
They still
damn.
They still play shows. The remaining guys still like
I bet
occasionally
people
play
still
shows
fucking
around
worship
Dayton under like
them.
another name. They just play Hawthorne Heights covers.
Ew.
Yeah,
Ew.
That's really sad.
Ew.
It's a sad existence.
Well, going back to Taking Back Sunday, I remember the album after that, Make Damn Sure, was huge. That one like blew up.
Liar was like their main single from that.
You know, as good as Where You Want to Be is, I didn't like the secondary singer. Really,
the guitar player or the dancing dude?
He was a guitar player, but he was like kind of like I wouldn't say a backup singer, like the co-lead.
Well, yeah, because you had the dancing dude who was just kind of like regular, clean, and then the guitar player had more kind of a gritty kind of rock style, and he would do some of the screams and stuff when they played.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked. I don't remember the gentleman's name, but he left. He started a band called Stray Light Run, and they made a couple albums that I absolutely love. If you love kind of a little bit more like stripped down emo, and Stray Light Run is really good.
Stray Light Run,
but he was the lead singer for that. He was the co-lead singer in the first Taking Back Sunday album. You know, the one with Cute Without the E. He was that guy. He's in the band again now, or I guess for their last album. I don't know if they're still together, but Stray Light Run. If you like Taking Back Sunday, listen to some Stray Light Run.
Okay. Some
good lyricism.
All right.
But
we'll take it back Sunday.
Yeah, I saw them with Jimmy Eat World. You know, the thing about that concert was that we were in Colorado, and they actually had to cut it short because it was outside and there was snow coming.
Oh,
they didn't want to perform in the snow.
Pussies.
So, I got to see a lot more of Jimmy Eat World than Taking Back Sunday, but Taking Back Sunday played 5 or 6 songs, and it was pretty good.
Well, they're all still around. They both just put albums out in 2016.
Jimmy Eat World did, too?
Yeah, it was called Integrity Blues.
Huh.
I didn't listen to it, but I know it came out.
I haven't fucked with that in a minute.
Nah. I went through a period last year where I was going back and just reintroducing myself to like my pop punk roots, my Simple Plan and my Story of the Year and all that.
Yes.
All that goodness.
Oh, that band was there. It was Story of the Year, Lost Prophets, and My Chemical Romance.
Holy shit! I forgot about Lost Prophets. I forgot about them.
I had to
completely
forget about Lost Prophets when I found out the singer was a baby.
I had that CD.
Yeah, he was a child molester.
Oh, well.
Him and like a bunch of women got caught with like terabytes of child porn and were molesting kids, and he will die in prison.
Ew.
He will die in prison.
Creepy.
Yeah. That guy kind of
Lost Prophets.
Yeah.
He looked like a creepy ass.
Yeah, he did.
I remember what he looked like, but they had I remember I bought the CD and I was pissed because I really only liked that one song.
Yeah.
Back in the day when you had to buy the CD and then be like, what the fuck? I just wasted my $15. There's only 2 good songs on here.
You know what?
Yeah.
Speaking of that.
Good times.
You remember back in the day when Hot Topic actually had like a listening booth?
Yes.
Yeah, and sold CDs and
they
shit.
were like some of the first ones
and when
that
they
had that.
and
at least
before they sold out and got bought by American Eagle and started selling Twilight and Alice in Wonderland shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Back when they were the scary store, that mom was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, mom, I'm going Hot Topic."
My sister hated taking me there. Hated it.
They still have some good stuff. I'm not gonna like. I don't mind the you know.
I do like that they
the
branched
kind of,
into like the anime culture.
Yeah, that's cool, and they still have some cool shirts and stuff. But
they're bringing back trip pants.
Yeah, my honestly, my biggest problem with Hot Topic has always just been the prices. They are way too expensive.
You gotta pay for alternative clothing. That's just how it is, unless you're gonna like make and DIY that shit yourself.
I know you gotta make money, but like I've literally like walked out of Hot Topic and gone to like Spencer and seen the exact same shirt for like half the price.
Spencer's expensive too, though.
They are, but that was kind of my point. Was like, Jesus, Spencer is cheaper than Hot Topic. But that didn't really start until they got bought by American Eagle, because American Eagle was like, y'all need to increase your profit margin.
You just gotta watch your sales, man.
They just get you with that, like, the buy one, get one half off thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is meh. I mean, honestly, like, I go in there now and I don't see, you know, a lot of the bands that I would like to support as far as, like, wearing their shit on my chest. I don't really see a lot of that anymore. Like, I've got Deftones shirts, I've got Gorillaz shirts, you know, like, they have fucking, like, a whole, like, 12 panels of 21 Pilots shirts and, like, 12 Metallica shirts. Like, you can't give me, like, I found a Thy Art Is Murder shirt in there one time. They don't even have, like, a Lamb of God or, like, a Mastodon shirt in there anymore. It's fucking crazy. But they sure as hell have 21 Savage and fucking 21 Pilots. And
fucking Melanie Martinez has like 3 or 4 different T-shirts in there.
Fucking 21 Pilots. Again,
you know,
21 Pilots from Dayton.
Man, that's...
What? You're about to tear my...
You know how you spell 21 Pilots?
What?
SELLOUT.
Bruh, tell me about it. Fucking tell me about it, man. Like,
all I'm gonna do is I fucking just buy shit online. Like, I got that badass Rings of Saturn shirt. You would never find a Rings of Saturn shirt in Hot Topic, even though they're, you know, supposed to support metal and shit.
Yeah.
But they have, like, they delve very little into the extreme.
that was kind of my problem.
So you just pay $5 extra and you get like a badass shirt that, you know, you actually want.
Yeah, I'd rather order more. Like, I bought a shirt at this Judas Priest show because it's Judas Priest. God knows when I'll ever get to see him again, I'm going to buy a tour shirt. But with Hot Topic, you'd go in there and you'd see the same 5 or 6 bands and then just 12 different shirts for each of them, and that was it. And most of them were stuff like old school pop punk shit. And it was just, you know, I'm looking for, like, I want like a badass Camelot shirt or Lamb of God or a fucking like Goat Horse shirt, and you couldn't get that stuff there.
Yeah,
They'd play it on the PA, but you couldn't get the merch.
Right. Yeah, and just, I don't know. There's a lot of, even like you go into like the FYE, which is kind of are you familiar with FYE?
Oh yeah.
And they actually have some, you know, some of the music and stuff, but still very little. I mean, like you can maybe find, you know, I found an Epica album there. But I've never found the Camelot spots. Always fucking empty. It's just hard to find some stuff. You just got to buy stuff online, man. But Candace needs to show you that actually. What I'm gonna do is just put everything on Redbubble, because if you're a creator on Redbubble, you get it for a lesser price than would sell for retail or whatever.
Right.
So for like $17, which is by far cheaper than a shirt you can get at Hot Topic, you can get a shirt with whatever the fuck you want on it. You just upload whatever design you want and you fucking buy that shit.
But can you get in trouble for like copyright stuff?
That's
maybe you
yeah.
upload it, you upload it, you buy it, and then fucking delete it.
If he was selling it, if we were selling it publicly, yeah, we would be in trouble for. But if he's just making it for himself, then
if you actually look on Redbubble, how much of that shit is properly like licensed shit?
I don't know, but
12%.
Yeah.
Like
the thing is, like the law really is kind of on our side with that. It's just that the content creators are intimidating.
It's probably just about the same as Etsy. Like I see so much Pokemon like homemade shit on Etsy.
Yeah. I don't know that it's as much of a licensing issue as it is just like, you know, taking the actual art that somebody's made of. It's like a two-layer like plagiarism type thing. I don't know. But I mean, like if I wanted, I could make my own damn design of any band that I wanted. I could literally find their logo, put that shit on a shirt if I wanted to. Just saying. Just saying, people of the world out there, if you can't find a t-shirt that you want, just make it yourself.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and I'm at a point where I need to start upgrading my wardrobe. Most of my band shirts don't fit anymore. I've got, 2 or 3 that still, but at this point, most of the ones I've had for like 8 years. And it's just time to clean out the closet and get new clothes, but that's expensive.
Yeah. What Candace is actually doing with a lot of my old shirts, she's gonna put them on canvases.
Okay.
Stretch them out over canvases so you can see the design on there.
Yeah.
And kind of make it essentially becomes like just wall art. And I had the idea that she could put a bunch of them together, like make like a 6x6 or whatever, something like that. So you could have like a shit ton of your old t-shirts like hanging on the wall. A cool like mural design.
I've got a friend of mine, she made me a leather jacket that unfortunately wouldn't fit my shoulders. But she took an old All That Remains t-shirt and kind of just got the part that had the art on it and affixed it to the back of the leather jacket and like put spikes and studs and shit on it. And it looks fucking amazing because it was just a shirt that I couldn't wear anymore. So she recycled it, and I felt bad that she made that jacket that it literally would not fit on my body, but I still have it.
I still
have it. One of these days I'll find someone to sell it to. But
one day.
Yeah.
I miss some of the old stuff I used to be able to wear.
Yeah, man.
Sad.
Yeah. This weight loss thing sucks. This fucking diet, man.
Ugh, man. We were in that health food store today. I was looking at these fucking pills. I was like, should I take these fucking pills?
Supplements.
What were they?
Something, some like natural herbs.
The one you were looking at was like a triple.
Something. Like one of them, like helps you feel less hungry. One of them helps you burn fat quicker.
I take a shitload.
Dude,
of
they
those.
had like everything. They had like carb blockers.
Shit like that.
They had like 3 aisles of vitamin supplements.
It's like they suggest you take two pills 3 times a day. So that's 6 supplement pills a day, and then you only get like 50 in a bottle, and it's like $22 a bottle. So it's like, do I really want to fucking enter into this world? I don't know.
See,
Probably
I
not.
take a lot of supplements, but mine are like 1 a day that I take because they're highly concentrated. So I only need to take 1 a day, so they last me for fucking ever. I told you all the stuff that I take, so
yeah,
it's crazy.
But I don't know, just like something to help. I don't know. I'm gonna just get up off my ass and stop eating so fucking much. Maybe that's the key.
I can blame all I want on body chemistry. I sit on my ass and eat a lot of shitty food. I know what I'm about.
Yeah.
I don't have a workout buddy. Like, I used to work out a lot when I had people to work out with. I don't have anybody to work out with here.
Yeah.
So
And I work 40 hours a week in an office.
right. Yeah. I spent 8 hours a day at a TV station watching 5 different TV channels.
Pretty much also at a desk.
Yeah,
So.
I'm at several desks, and
Sitting down.
yeah, and the most activity I really get anymore is the fact that I walk up 3 flights of stairs to go upstairs every day, and It's been again. We live in the northern U.S. It's been fucking cold outside. I'd love to go for a walk.
Oh yeah, no, I'm exactly. I cannot wait for it to warm up so I can get this child out of this apartment because she's just like climbing the walls, and I'm about to also.
Yeah, no,
I mean, hell, I was back last summer. I walked a shit ton.
Yeah,
but like I realized that I tried the treadmill a couple times. And I realized that I cannot do the treadmill because it makes my head feel.
It messes with its equilibrium.
It messes with my vision. Like, and I like,
Oh.
you know, if you're walking on a treadmill for 40 minutes and then you walk on the normal earth, it feels fucking weird, and I hate that feeling.
It's
like going roller skating for a couple hours. Then
it just like, yeah, it's like with this weird tunnel vision type shit.
Well, there's the city. The city like community rec center is literally in my backyard. It's a part of the high school, and so because I have a city address, I could use the indoor track for free, and I get a discount on the gym. And I was like, well, if I pay for the gym membership, it'll motivate me to go more because I hate wasting money. That didn't work, so mostly because the gym was just unpleasant. Like it wasn't a matter of like I didn't want to go because I didn't want to work out. I didn't want to go because the people there just weren't friendly and it was really unpleasant. So, but yeah, like when it's
we have a fitness center in our complex, but it's far enough away to where I have to walk to it. But when it's snowy or the sidewalks are icy, I almost slipped and fell on the sidewalk all the time. Like, oh my god, I could like crack my head open.
Yeah,
it's just it's far and it's cold. Then I'm gonna have to like walk back and I'm gonna be all like sweaty and like more cold.
Yeah.
And,
so once it's starting to get nicer around here finally. I got this workout tape thing called Pio that's really good, but it's hard to do it by myself. Just on my hard ass concrete floor, because it's a combination of Pilates and yoga, which is good, gets the body active, but it's low impact, so I'm not like killing myself. But it's a concrete floor, so it's like, all right, now we need to go down on our knees. Oh, do I have to? It hurts.
Getting back up is going to be the hard part.
Oh yeah, because then it's like, now we're going to get back up and do, no, I can't just get back up. I need a minute. So.
We had a joke the other day at work. It was like, somebody was talking, I work with a lot of old people, as I've said before. It's an aging workforce, that the nuclear industry. But it's like, I was like, I remember back in the day when I used to be a smoker. You know, you get to the top of a hill, it's mandatory to fucking smoke a cigarette. Like, mandatory. You can't call yourself a smoker if you don't smoke a cigarette after walking up a hill. But yeah. Well, like I said, once it warms up, we'll get there.
Yeah, man.
See, but
then I can move the fuck out of my mom's house.
Yeah, we're all almost 30 now.
Yeah, I know.
It's just like
I was so mad. We went to dinner there with my family, and my brother, who's older than me, got carded. His girlfriend got carded. I didn't get carded, and I was like, "Oh no, No. No.
Say what?
What? That's awesome, though. I had some dude at the grocery store, but he was so weird about it. He made it so fucking weird and awkward, like, insisting that I was 16, and then I have a South Carolina ID, so he's like, oh, this must be a really good fake, and he had to, like, scan it. He was just, like, talking shit the whole time, pretty much. I'm like, okay, I'm a fucking grown-up, I'm kind of in a hurry, can you please sell me my fucking tequila mix and salsa so I can get back home? It's like, and then when it worked, he's like, oh, well, I was just trying to talk to you, but you probably have a boyfriend. I'm like, I'm married, and I have a 2-year-old at home. Like,
you didn't even need to say you were married. All you had to do was say you had a kid, and he would have been gone.
It was a weird situation.
Do people just ignore rings? Like,
yeah, no, they do.
He probably couldn't see it. Okay, he was a cashier.
Are we there in our culture?
We've been there.
It was when Mitch was here. It was being Mitch by fucking chips and salsa.
We've been
and
there,
margarita
man.
mix.
I know people who see a ring and they're like, ooh, challenge accepted.
So, like, Mitch was already with me, so, you're already being super fucking weird in front of the... you know, I'm there with a guy. It's not my guy, but still, like, shit was weird.
That's how people get their asses kicked in bars. Like, that's how bar fights start.
Well, to be fair, hey, do you guys have a store called Jewel Osco?
No.
Near you?
No.
Alright. But it's kind of like a...
it's kind of like an... Do you recall IGA?
Yeah.
In, like, South Carolina? Okay, it's kind of like that.
It's like the grocery store that everybody goes to. Everybody knows each other there.
Okay.
You know.
Small town.
But just everybody there is fucking weird. Everybody that works there is fucking weird.
Yes.
At any one that you go to, if you go to a Jewel Osco, first of all, they're overpriced, and like you buy 4 things and you spend $74.
And your checkout process is just gonna fucking suck.
Yeah, because they're just weird and like nosy and just socially inept people. I don't know.
We have Aldi's around here.
Yeah, we have those too.
Aldi's are the best. I love Aldi's.
We've been considering going to one.
You definitely should.
See.
Aldi's you get the same quality stuff, if not better, and in bigger quantities for like a fraction of the price. Like, I started shopping at Aldi's, and it cut my grocery budget by like 2/3.
There you go.
So yeah, I highly recommend. A lot of the stuff you're going to get is not going to be name brand. It's going to be their brand. But it really is as good as anything else. And like I said,
do y'all have Meijer where you're at?
We do.
We really like Meijer for our meat, at least. We like going to Meijer for our meat. It trumps Walmart in meats by far.
We go there, and we go to GFS for
expensive.
meat, because usually at GFS you can get like a big ass pork butt for like $10, and I like to make sausage, so that's what I use.
Yeah, we don't have that, but
pork butt. We've got some pork butt in the freezer.
We did to make pork buns. Mitch taught us.
Yeah,
how to
my
make
dad
awesome
when he retired, my aunt and uncle got, because he was cooking a lot more, so my aunt and uncle got him a meat grinder, and so he came up with his own sausage recipe. So he and I would make sausage all the time, and
I can't think about like ground up meat anymore.
Why?
Oh, stop it.
Well, you remember when Candace and I like nearly fucking died from that stomach bug that we had?
Yeah.
And we spent like, just the night before the day that happened, like we made this pasta and we ground up some chicken, put it in a sauce. And then just like when I was finally feeling a little bit better,
he's ruined from that texture.
And but still like really nauseous. We were like throwing up for like 12 hours straight, and then just nauseous for like 3 days after that. And so like on the 3rd day, I like looked in the fridge and I saw that, and I was just like, huh? And now every time I think about it, I like fucking make a fucking squeam.
Dude, that shit was scary, and I'm sure a lot of it is because I do have, like, maybe some mild anxiety, so, like, after about the 10th hour of straight throwing up, I started getting the spins, and I couldn't hold any sort of, like, liquid down. I started freaking myself out, making my heart, like, I thought I couldn't control my heartbeat, all that kind of shit. It was terrible. Texting our family members, like, if you don't hear from us tomorrow, get a hold of our apartment complex to do a wellness check for Lily, because, I don't know, we might die.
Well, no, that was when there was that flu was going around. Like, it was killing
No, the
people.
flu hadn't started yet, but there was. I did look it up afterwards. There was a really bad stomach virus that was going around that was putting people in the emergency room, too, before flu season.
There's a...
Yeah, we should have went to the hospital, but
we should have, and if we could have,
we didn't have a.
Who would have watched Lily? Yeah. Like, we couldn't drive. By the time I got sick first, and by the time Bobby got home, like 2 hours later, he was in just as bad a condition. We couldn't drive. We were throwing up like every 10 fucking minutes.
Mm-hmm. It was bad.
It was the best thing ever.
What were we going to do? Are we going to call an EMS for ourselves? And are they going to, like, just take Lily with them and put her in the hospital daycare? Like, I don't fucking know. We don't have any family up here. I did try and hit up the one person that I know, and she didn't respond to me till, like, the next fucking day. And all I asked her to do is bring us some fucking Gatorade. Like,
Bobby, I thought your dad was local.
He comes up to visit.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Work.
We're based in South Carolina.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
and it's temporary employment up here.
We'll see.
What I do, I'm a contractor.
We'll see that bug that was going around that hit the comedy scene here in Dayton really hard. There was one guy, my buddy Scotty. He got hit with that twice. He got it, and the problem is he was working on 2 years sober. He used to be a drug addict. So while he was in the hospital, he was basically telling him, like, here's a whole bunch of stuff you can't give me because I'll relapse. And they were just kind of like, well, eat some chicken soup, buddy. And, he got over it.
Stay hydrated.
Like, it came back and hit him twice.
Jesus.
He's lucky to be fucking alive.
You almost wish for just something. Just like
death.
Just let me die for 10 hours and then just revive me.
Put me in a medically induced coma, something. I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we also, and Lily was apparently fine. She was running around, but we're still trying to, get up and feed her. I was obsessive about, washing her hands, and I bleached, pretty much the entire fucking house, after.
Yeah. And, in one of those brief moments of clarity, in between throwing up, you have, a 5 to 10 minute,
go check on her,
okay,
make sure she's got
minute,
food, and change her.
Yeah, and then it's then you, go back to the bathroom.
Do it now. Never gonna get to.
The shit was terrible.
Yeah,
I've never been sick like that ever.
But yeah, ground chicken, all that ground shit.
Well, you like fish?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I get sick of it sometimes. But...
Oh, see, I love me some seafood. Honestly, seafood and chicken.
That's why you have such good
I can
hair.
eat those things forever. It'd be good.
I could eat a lot of shrimp or scallops for forever, but
I could probably eat seafood.
Whitefish.
I eat salmon religiously. And,
you cook it a lot.
Honestly, salmon is one of the best things for you. It's especially
really
for
is.
What you and I got going on, Robert. It's good for clearing the crap out of your system, especially your liver.
Hells yes.
I'll send you that thing that I've been trying, that diet I've been on. It's pretty.
You should send
pretty
it to
forgiving.
me too.
Yeah, I'm willing to try it. I need to get back on something. So the thing is, a couple years back, I did a no carb diet, and I did that for about 3 months, and I was really strict with it, and I lost 20 pounds.
Yeah.
Right, but I couldn't get past that plateau. I lost the 20 pounds, and I was still on it for a couple weeks, and I didn't lose another pound. I was like, what the fuck,
Yeah, the problem with no carb diets is you're taking something and removing it altogether, and it kind of shocks your system. Your system doesn't know how to deal, and because your body needs carbs, carbs in the right amount are really good for you. Athletes eat a ton of carbs because of the starch and the sugar you get from that. So going completely carb free, first of all, what you end up having happen is cravings, which will just kill you. Cravings alone will just put you down because it drives you crazy. Yeah, the trick is just kind of balancing out quantities and
I did a lot of eggs and avocado.
Oh yeah. Eggs are great because that's just straight protein. I don't like avocados at all, so I haven't tried that. But
Really?
yeah, so that's the best food in the world.
It's a superfood.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, buddy.
Coffee is really good for the liver.
I drink about 6 cups of coffee every single day.
Yeah, you're good. Don't change that. I drink a shitload of coffee. Fish is really good for you. Do you like oatmeal?
I do like
oatmeal. Oatmeal's great for you. Walnuts.
I'm gonna get some oatmeal. Start eating that at work.
Also,
That'd be
olive
good.
oil and garlic.
Eat plenty of that shit.
Yeah,
I put garlic on everything.
I take a garlic supplement. Like the vitamins I take, one of them is a garlic extract supplement. It's just garlic oil in a pill. I take that plus all the garlic I put on food, olive oil. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
The red meat is honestly like, and I hate saying it because I've heard it all my life and I hate hearing it, but red meat, I try to have red meat maybe once a week. The rest of the week it's because they basically say like eat all the white meat you can. Chicken, turkey, fish. Like if you just plow through those three things and have like one day of red meat, whether be it pork or beef, you'll be fine. It'll take time, but
I thought pork isn't pork a white meat? Pork's not a white meat?
Pork. What it is it's a marbled meat. It's
weird in between.
It's got the fat kind of marbled in with the meat, and that's what they want you to kind of avoid. With chicken, turkey, and fish, it's separate.
Yeah.
Pork is just very. I mean, of the meats, pork is the worst one for you as far as just fat content and calories and stuff like that. But pork is considered a red meat because it's marbled.
Bacon.
I know.
You can have bacon on Sundays, and that's it.
Yeah.
Sunday morning bacon.
Okay.
We're gonna get rid of. We'll do pork chops like once a month or something.
I do. I buy this bag of because I make eggs like every morning, so I buy this bag of Jimmy Dean turkey sausage crumbles. They're frozen.
Yummy.
And then I just mix them in with my eggs, and I can't tell the difference. And they're actually pretty tasty, and it's turkey. So
I was doing turkey bacon quesadillas for you for a while. Maybe we should
turkey
go back to that.
bacon is a little iffy. It can be a little chewy.
Well, I would put it through the food processor and make it into like crumbles. And mix
I like it.
Into
It's just different than regular bacon. I mean, it's very different.
Oh yeah. But
I still prefer regular bacon, but I'll take sausage over bacon. Honestly, I'm one of those. And then I'll send you and Candace this link that I have, and you can pick at it.
Dude, my girlfriend, she started this like diet. Well, she stopped taking in dairy. Like her psychiatrist. Funnily enough, her psychiatrist told her to do it, and it's like fixed all of her skin problems. She had like, I guess, eczema type stuff, and it fixed that. But then she also stopped like eating meat, and she's lost 19 pounds in a fucking month. Doesn't exercise, has a desk job. I was like, dude, that's crazy. But I don't think I could just do like
this shit's really good for the liver, and losing weight is just kind of a happy byproduct.
Yeah,
it's mostly just meant to be like, hey, this will just get your liver unfucked, which was my problem. Losing weight is just something that happens as a result of that. So it's like, yay, two birds, one stone.
Yeah, I mean, liver health is definitely
a lot of people don't realize how much the liver actually like affects the rest of your body.
Oh, well, I mean, you can't live without a liver.
Well, no, because the liver is literally, the filters you put in your air conditioner. That's what the liver is. Mm-hmm. It filters out all the crap going into your system, but then all that crap just kind of builds up there. So
it is one of the most resilient organs, though. But still, anything that you can do to help it, especially if you abuse it, like us social drinkers do.
Well, like if you have poor liver, like it can affect your brain function. Like it'll straight up affect your retention. No. Yeah, no, you'll turn into a hot mess of a human being. Before you know it,
I ain't been feeling a little bit more dumb lately.
Before you know it, you're sitting on a recliner in a carport, figuring out what old '90s TV show to watch, and wondering why nobody wants to hang out with you.
Ooh, burn!
I swear, I get one of those in every fucking week.
So depressing.
You burn that motherfucker more than I do. That's awesome.
Well, when I look at how much money I spent on that motherfucker.
Oh, wait.
She gets it.
Took me a minute, but yeah.
Candace mentioned Isabel's gift earlier. And
somewhere in South Carolina, that man is
said
nutted.
Said person was, claiming that he was working with some people from Isabel's gift.
He's been saying that for years.
To make the alleged great fucking masterpiece album
that
has the same 4 fucking songs that you've been playing for 8 fucking years.
But we digress.
Yeah. I actually used to work with a guy that was in Isabel's Gift.
I've never got to see them, but I've met them once.
I heard they were really cool. They were like Columbia locals.
Yeah.
Like, I've known some people that have claimed to have known them, and at least the one person I do believe, he says that they were cool. But he was like an old school, like, Columbia rocker, so I totally believe it.
They're
he was
old
like
school.
in his 40s.
This guy was.
I used to babysit his niece and nephew.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, they're great, and they're really nice
old
guys.
school.
Good old school rock music. They've been doing well for themselves. I mean, God, they're like, other than Crossfade, they're like the biggest thing to come out of Columbia. Well, and Breeding the Blowfish, I guess, but
Who was it? One of their members used to come to Platinum all the time
Pick
and like
one.
was a super cokehead or something.
I mean, fucking pick one. Talk about a band that couldn't hold a drummer. I used to have a running gag when I was performing down there that whenever you walked around the Vista, it was just hooker, homeless person, hooker. Hey, look, Crossfade's hanging out over there. Hooker. Because they were just
Apparently
always
they
in
had
the
one guy that
Vista
was like
hanging
a
out
regular
getting
at the
drunk.
strip club. That's all I know. I mean,
That's all anybody did down there.
it's Columbia.
But they were always sitting at a table like, yeah, we're working on that, and we're gonna come back, man. Working on that new album, gonna come back. We'll be back.
See them
And
there
they
next weekend.
They did eventually put out a new album, and it was good. But everybody was past caring about them.
Was it? I was about to say I don't even recall a second album.
Well, they put out 3.
Oh,
They put
shit.
out that first one that exploded all over the world.
Everybody loved that. And then
Nobody
they took
cares.
fucking forever.
They put one out.
Nobody
do
cares.
They
anything
put one
else.
out after that. It was pretty decent. Then they disappeared for 8 years.
Yeah, that'll fucking
Good.
kill your shit.
Robert, not a fan.
You know how snobby he
I
is.
know.
I'm sure Mike remembers my what was it called? My thesis on hard rock.
Yeah. That hurt my soul a little bit.
Crossfade fits
Oh yeah, they do. Crossfade's hard rock.
directly into that.
First of all, baby, I love you, but
What?
is your idea of
Did you
hard
listen
rock
to my
span
thesis?
across? Because pretty sure you aren't.
No,
Do
he
you listen to
had a
Ozzy?
good
Do you listen
definition
to-
for what hard rock is. It's just not for him.
Okay, yeah, he has argued.
I know
that.
what hard rock is.
And I agree with him in the sense that most hard rock, especially nowadays, sucks.
Yeah, well, when I think hard rock, I think of a lot of the older stuff, older generation, like, Kiss, Led Zeppelin, Judas Priest, Ozzy.
No, that's what's
Classic,
called
classic now.
quote unquote heavy metal.
That was kind of the original heavy metal. It's evolved so
Yeah.
much since then, but
It's not as which it's weird because it's called heavy metal, but it's actually not as heavy as say a death metal would be nowadays.
Yeah.
It's just you call heavy the original metal is heavy metal.
well,
Well,
back
you have
then
to
it's what
remember,
it
I
was.
have a 50-something-year-old brother, and this was hard rock in his time. That's how I know as much as I do.
Because
about
back
it.
then they really didn't have a word for it. Back then they were just I
Yeah.
guess this is rock.
There weren't all these genres back then.
I forget.
It's rock, but it's a little bit what's the word? It's
heavy.
hard. It's hitting me. It's hitting me hard. Hard rock.
Well, it's funny because at the Priest show, they're playing new stuff and old stuff, and because they're playing the old stuff in a modern way, it all kind of blends really well. When you listen to their old stuff and their new stuff, just on your iPod, the difference is staggering. Because back then, there was no you couldn't add a grunge or distortion effect to your guitar. You just kind of played it the way it was and made do with what you could. That's kind of one of the things I applaud them for is as they've gotten older, they've adapted the newer technologies and styles to how they play. But when you listen to old Priest from 79, 81, it's Jesus Christ, we've come a long way as far as guitars go.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. It's and now it's just like kind of you have the slightest of variations in like even a drum pattern, and we've talked about that, and then your whole genre changes,
Yeah, a lot of times it seems like the drums alone are what make it.
Yeah. It's weird. The type of vocals. Mm-hmm. Purely like screaming vocals is different than like. See, that's why I have a hard time calling heavy metal because a lot of the vocals were sung, rather than
screaming.
And of course, the greatest example of heavy metal is Metallica, and that was, of course, singing vocals in a more aggressive manner, but still not like fucking guttural.
Yeah. Screaming wasn't really a thing till like the late 80s, early 90s.
I'm trying to think of like some of the early shit that used screaming.
And I just read Corey Taylor's book again, and he talked about it in there.
Did Slayer have any? Did they have a lot of screaming?
Slayer was kind of in line with Metallica and Megadeth, where it wasn't so much screaming as it was just aggressively growling into the microphone like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's a Bubba.
It's a Lily.
Oh, yeah, it's 11. Damn,
Yeah.
It's late. It's almost time for us to say goodnight.
The doodlebug sleepy.
Well, to close out, to answer your question, Death was the first band to use scream vocals, like, primarily.
Come here.
Okay.
So, good for them. Oh, no, sad baby.
Oh, it's a sad baby.
She just wants to get picked back up.
Well, there you go. An episode of us just having a conversation.
I could get used to this.
Yeah.
We have like
And
a third of a bookshelf.
It's an excuse to talk.
Yeah, I think we should do this like maybe once a month or something. It'll be fun.
Look at her taking
I
over
like
the
hanging out
show.
with the guys
She's just taking
sometimes.
over. Like, yeah, we're gonna do this once a
Dig
month
it.
now. I'm into it.
Well,
Hey, you know, sometimes I would
nobody
like
wants
a break
to pick an album for us to fucking listen to, so why
from
don't we
trying
just talk?
to keep the Screech Monkey like contained in a room, which doesn't work anyways.
Screech Monkey!
What, baby?
Alrighty.
Alright, I'm gonna tend to her.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night. All right. Well,
What, sweetheart?
let's do the housekeeping, I guess.
What's wrong?
Let us.
So, hope you guys enjoyed this first kind of it's the track record late night show. Even though it drops at 9 o'clock in the morning, we'll figure something out. I don't know. We'll call this something. But if you guys enjoyed it, you can check out more online. Go to eventideent.com. Follow us on Twitter at TrackRecordEE. Facebook, we're all over all the social medias on all that good stuff. Make sure you check out all the other great shows we have here on the Eventide Entertainment Podcast Network.
Bukkake.
We just got a total bukkake of podcasts coming at you. Just podcasts all over the face.
That's right.
Jessica's back with Bookseller, and Ellison is finally kind of got his schedule normalized, and we should have him back with Saltwater Gaming here at the beginning of April. So
Beautiful.
back in full swing. Robert, man, this is definitely, we definitely have a show.
Definitely.
Definitely.
I'm liking that this one's going to be really easy to edit.
Yeah, because she's just gonna not edit it.
Yeah. I'm just going to fucking upload that
No
shit.
All right. That's it, man.
What's our sign off today? What's the one you want to try out?
Want to try out today? Let's try. That'll do it for our show today, folks. Enjoy the rest of your week. And we'll be back next time. That's all I fucking got. I'm so burned out right now.
Damn.
I was on to something and then I lost it.
How about don't forget your genitalia.
Forget your genitals, kid.
Really, that is dumb. No.
Oh, the wife
disapproves. Wow. Okay. All right, kids. Well,
that's dumb.
Well, kids,
you're a dumb asshole.
Make sure you brush your teeth and wash your sack and enjoy the rest of your day.
Oh yeah, always. There was a who was that comedian? Oh, he died recently. What was his name?
Oh, the big guy.
Ralphie May.
Yeah.
He had one joke. He's like, he's talking to the ladies, right? The ladies in the room, and he's like, ladies, don't be afraid, to give a blowjob. The best time to give a blowjob is, right after he gets out of the shower. He may not have washed his feet since 2004, but his dick and balls, mwah, spotless.
It's true. It's true, ladies. We wouldn't lie to you.
Ralphie May.
Rest in peace, man. All right, buddy.
Rest in peace. All right, motherfucker.
Y'all take care.
Peace out.
Peace.
Good night.
Good night, Candace.